What's up, guys? Welcome to gwhisky. I'm Jeff. This is a channel where I offer my thoughts and opinions on a specific whiskey, and if you stick around at the end, I'll be giving it a score as well. If that sounds interesting, hit subscribe down below, and with that out of the way, let's jump into our review. Today we're looking at the Ardbeg BizarreBQ. Stick around. Alright, so this is the first Ardbeg special release that I've reviewed in a while, and there's a good reason for that. Depending on where you live, in your market, these bottles might be more available and possibly more affordable than they are here, but yeah, in Taiwan, they're neither of those two things. Now, to be fair, they're not really affordable in any market, but in some markets, they sell for cheaper than what they sell for here. And yeah, I just kind of stopped buying them. I think the last time I looked at one was, what, like 3 years ago? That's when I took a look at the this one here, the black. Anyway, I've got this one with me here today. This one is the BizarreBQ. It came out last year, and there's a couple of reasons why I came back to the Ardbeg special releases, and there's a couple of reasons why I bought this one. Reason number one, I didn't buy this one. My friend did. And reason number two, this is the best received and best reviewed special release from Ardbeg in a good while. So what do we need to know about this stuff? This one is no age stated, as they always are. This is barbecue inspired. We've got 3 casks in the mix here. We've got double charred casks, we have PX sherry casks, and we have barbecue casks. Apparently barbecue casks are also charred casks, but they've been charred in a custom build brazier. Scratch that, brazier. Apparently this is a collaboration with some famous barbecue guys, so they've got their theme, and it is an enticing theme, to be fair. I love peaty whiskey, I love barbecue, I love sherry, and I love overpaying for gimmicks. Hold on. Anyway, I was excited to try this one because, as I said, I haven't had a special release in a long time, and this is one of the best received recent ones, so it could be really good. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into our review. In the meantime, if you'll kindly leave a like down below, that would be greatly appreciated. So we've got a nice ABV of 50.9%. It's non-chill filtered. It's natural color. Okay, for the look of the bottle, this is very like cartoony and it's smoky, and I think it's kind of fun. These Ardbeg releases are kind of like the Diageo special releases that we get every year, in the sense that they are A, overpriced, and B, we know we're being manipulated by like these flashy, over-designed, over-the-top labels, but they still actually do look cool. At least I think so. For look, I'll give this 4.5 out of 5. The bottle does not say non-chill filtered or natural color, even though it is. That always baffles me. We get a little blurb on the back that gives us the cask breakdown. It does give us some basic tasting notes. So we don't have all the info we need, but we do have some decent info, and the bottle looks cool. On the nose, this is very sweet and very smoky. We get plenty of PX cask influence in this. We are getting a barbecue sauce here. It's a very sweet barbecue sauce. I get salt, I get hickory. I also get some savory meaty notes in here, so like charred meat, glazed bacon, so the marketing is apt. There's also some sticky red berry jam notes in this. There's fruit punch, like kids juice. This is very smoky, and it's slightly medicinal. On the palate and finish, this stuff is very rich. It's very mouth coating. This is where the barbecue elements really come to life for me. I get lots of like charred meats and burnt ends and smoked ham and bacon. Our meats would be glazed, so like maple glaze, honey mustard glaze. We have an intense PX sweetness with like jammy berries and candied strawberries. There's also dates and black pepper here. We have a long finish with like an earthy smokiness, and here's another interesting note. Peanut butter. Alright, so here's how effective marketing imagery is. When I drink this, this takes me back to my childhood at a family barbecue in the summertime. I'm sat at a picnic table. There's like 5 different plates of grilled meats in front of me. I've got a fruit punch juice box in one hand and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the other, and the smoke from the barbecue is kind of wafting past me. Simpler times. All of that is to say that, damn, this stuff is really good. This is the best Ardbeg special release that we've had in a good while. And currently, I like this better than anything in their core range that isn't obscenely expensive, which does make sense because I've been saying this for a while. I think Ardbeg has been neglecting their core range in order to put out like 8,000 special releases. Anyway, putting that aside, this one really does work. It is very good, and yes, it's the best that we've had in a while. Now, as I said, I don't buy these much anymore, but I have had a couple of their special releases over the last few years. I had Smoke Trails not too long ago. I had one other that I don't remember now. I'll Google it and I'll put it up on the screen here. And yeah, they were good whiskeys, but I'm not sure that they justified the price and they didn't really impress. So for me, from the ones I've tried, this is the best release since that black release like 3, 4, 5 years ago. It definitely came out in the past. Either way, the black was good. This one is good. I think we're back on track here, which is funny because normally I'm not a huge fan of PX. I don't dislike it, but it often leans a little bit too sweet for me. This is a sweet whiskey, but the sweetness from the sherry casks is really well incorporated with the smoky notes here. We have really good intensity. While this does not hit like a particularly old whiskey, there's nothing too youthful, like papery or off-putting in here. So yeah, generally it's a well-structured whiskey. And what's fun about this whiskey is that it gives us quite a bit of drama. Like if you're into really intense peat or really intense sherry, or maybe you like both, then you like some dramatic flavors in your glass, and we're getting that here. This whiskey might be too sweet for some of you. As I said, I think the sweetness works quite well, but it might not for everyone. And the marketing imagery, while possibly manipulative if you're cynical about it, I do think it works because we get like, you know, barbecue notes, char notes, glazed meats, all that fun stuff. So I do think this one will be great if you like your savory, meaty type of whiskeys, which I think a lot of people do. Definitely not one for the vegans, though. You guys will have to wait until Ardbeg puts out a cabbage-inspired whiskey. And I know it sounds like I'm being a smartass there, and I am, but at the rate that Ardbeg is dropping special releases, it's a matter of time until they throw a bunch of casks into a cabbage patch. Our cabbage will be organic, single estate, non-GMO cabbage, and Ardbeg will pair up with a Korean kimchi cabbage specialist. And the Ardbeg Crazy Cabbage will be all the rage among Ardbeg collectors for about 58 seconds, after which Ardbeg will put out another special release that's inspired by fucking picnics. Anyway, as for this one, I like it. I'm really happy with it. As I said, best we've had in a while, and I like it better than their current core range. If you want Ardbeg and sherry that's well done, I would say this is better than most modern batches of Ugadal that you're going to get, and it's definitely better than the Anno. Anyway, for score, this one's an 88 for me. That's the same score I gave the black a few years back. It was almost 89 because viscerally, I really do enjoy this whiskey. I think it's fantastic, but it's borderline too sweet for me. It's not quite too sweet, but it's almost there. So I did knock it back 1 point, but still really, really good stuff. So now that we know the whiskey is good, the next big question is it worth the money? And we'll touch on that in a second. Before we do that though, I just want to say thank you to all my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for your support. And if you want to help keep the channel financially sustainable and independent, there are a number of ways that you can help. I have links down below for both Patreon and PayPal. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you so much to those of you who are already supporting. Now let's talk value. So price is touchy. This one actually is one of the cheaper special releases from Ardbeg, which works out really well because it's also one of the better ones. I paid about $100 for this. And when I say I paid, I mean my friend paid. I paid $0 for this. But if someone asked me to pay $100 for this, yeah, I think I would. I think it's worth it. I know that's not cheap, but I do think it's reasonable because we do get a nice ABV. I genuinely enjoy the flavors. Yeah, it's gimmicky and it's no age stated, and you can say what you will about the Ardbeg special releases in general, but this is a good one, and yeah, I would pay the money for it. The problem with this one, though, is that it is a limited release, and I'm not sure how many bottles are left on the shelf where people will be asking you to pay the recommended retail price, which is reasonable. Once those bottles are all gone, you'll have the flippers come in, and they'll be charging who knows how much more. Don't overpay for this one. But yes, the retail price, $100 or less, reasonable, recommended. All right, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to help out the channel, as I said, I've got Patreon and PayPal down below. Also, I want to hear from you. Have you tried our Ardbeg BizarreBQ? What were your thoughts? How would you compare it to some of the other special releases? Which one is your favorite? You can let me know all that down below. Finally, down below in the comments, you can also tell me what you want to see me review next, and I'll keep it in mind for my upcoming videos. Bye, guys.